In the world of music, movies, and composers, he has demystified the language a little bit for us. So he doesn't create a distance between us and him by using the language of music as an obstacle.
In fact, it's like having a conversation with a writer or an actor or another director. James Horner and I have worked together a number of times, and James is a wonderful storyteller. He loves movies, and he really understands how to help tell the story.
I've known Ron a very long time, and it was a project that I had heard about and was very keen on doing.
When James first heard that we were going to make a movie, he called me. He was amazed. He'd read the book a year and a half before and was fascinated by it. And we had a great conversation, not so much about music, but about the complexity of this character, John Nash.
I had this vision of how numbers work, and to me, that was always something I wanted to bring across musically.
We talked about it, listened to various kinds of music in James's library, motets and music that had influenced the real John Nash.
We had this running abstract idea between he and I. The music and the whole art of mathematics, when you get above a certain stage, is not just literally numbers and solutions. It's more like looking through a kaleidoscope. And you look through a kaleidoscope and you have one thing and you slowly change it, and it changes, it evolves, even though it's numbers or music. To me, when I see a movie, I sort of close my eyes and I say, what mood or what color abstractly do I feel? Like a painting, how does the painting feel when you look at it? I wanted it to have a more global feeling of the sort of abstract quality of his life, and how it's so easy to get drawn in so far that you're not quite sure what's real and what's not anymore when you're as brilliant as that. Charlotte has this unique quality that she's neither child nor adult. I didn't want a children's voice. I didn't want a boy soprano, an adult opera diva. I wanted something that was sort of amorphous. I was looking for a very particular color that only Charlotte Church could fulfill.
He said, well, I want you to kind of make you kind of be an instrument in a way, you know, to kind of have that purity and clarity and brightness that an instrument has, but also like still kind of like with the human vibrato, you know, to kind of make it more human.
There's something about it that floats around that is so unique, that brings a sort of magic and otherworldness to our actor's world.
I've never done this before, like recording with the orchestra. So at first I came in and I was like, if I get it wrong and the orchestra keep getting it right, and they're just going to think, why did you get her in the first place?
Usually what most singers do is, in their world, is they have to be absolutely perfect. They're all live, and God forbid they make a mistake or forget a line. So in their world, pretty much a lot of it is put on after the fact. They come in after the orchestra. I tend to work live, and if she makes a mistake in there, it's the same as if a French horn make it. We just stop and we do it again. And she's such a great musician that really, she sang perfectly the first time through. She had no problems at all.
Probably you're singing an octave higher, but that's okay. The viola.
It's a very relaxed atmosphere, and James makes everybody feel really comfortable, so it's great.
As a composer, when I come into a film, usually I'm the first outsider, trusted outsider, to see the movies. As the film gets edited, I sort of add input as a supporter.
When James saw the first assembly of the film, he said something that I thought was extraordinary. He was moved by the story, the way it was presented. And out of that, James said, I see changes occurring like fast-moving weather systems. And musically, that's what sort of James went on. Was that kind of visual idea, that sort of poetic notion. It was a very succinct way of articulating it, because that's what Nash's character was all about, shifting constantly.
I've never done a movie like this. Ron and I, and Brian Grazer, the producer, wanted very much for this film to feel very real.